What up? It's a toy kind of mood, episode 135. I'm Travis Moody, your host, and a returning special guest. I'll let him introduce himself, but it's Apathy. What's up?
What up, Apathy? Demigodz, Army of the Pharaohs.
I liked when you said on the last show, App Slaughter. You had that off the cuff. That was dope.
Word, App Slaughter. That's a dope one. I forgot I said
What do you got now for volume 2? What's your new Joe tag?
Oh, shit. I don't man, I'm going to have to think about it. The refrigerator app Bromley.
Oh, I like that. Works for me. That works for me. That's a much requested figure in classified.
They would have to license it though. That's where the crazy part is, the license.
I'll just ask you, what celebrity would you want to see if they wanted to? We saw Sergeant Slaughter, and that was the last time you were here when they revealed Sergeant Slaughter was the last episode you were here. But if there's a new celebrity, whether it's a ball player, MMA dude, wrestler, like who would you want to see fit into the Joes?
I think Brock Lesnar would be a crazy G.I. Joe, right? Tyson. Oh my God. Tyson would be the fucking greatest Joe of all time, man.
Yeah. There goes our monetization.
Oh, sorry.
I was almost gonna tell you, but I was like, nah, that's good.
Yes, 2020. All these podcasts, everybody's cussing.
All good. I just want to have fun. I don't care about making $1 tonight based on hits. But App Man is glad to have you back. Just general thoughts on classified right now. Like there's so many releases coming out, and we keep in touch here and there. And when there was an onslaught of toys coming out this fall, I was like, I gotta have App on, and we'll just talk about them all.
Right. I think my general idea of classified is I like it a little more than I want to, because I don't want to be spending money like this right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I got kids,
Tell me about
all these different things. So it's like, I remember after I got some of the figures, I was like, all right, that's it. I'm good. And then all of a sudden they're like coming out with Snowjob, and they came out with Serpentor after I said I was going to stop, and Slaughter and all these things. And I was like, God damn it. And, the Eels and just everybody, man. So Torpedo, all these characters. So I'm back in, man. They pulled me back in. Low Light's coming out. I pre-ordered Low Light. I'm waiting for him to get here. I got to get Snowjob. Crazy.
Right. Well, I'm glad I'm able to give you a little preview, right? Hands-on preview. Well, virtually a virtual preview, basically, of what's to come. But I'll ask you this: as far as what you have, I know what you have in hand is the OG retro. So we're gonna do, just for those that aren't sure tonight, we're gonna do a little pardon the interruption style, where I have the classified. He has the OG. We'll talk about maybe what's 1-to-1, what they should have kept, what they shouldn't have, because it's about classified as well. It's not about just doing everything retro. So it'll be a very interesting review session that we'll have, the Yo Joe review flow session. But for now, I got to ask you, as far as what you have, not necessarily in hand, you don't have to show us real quick, but what you own, what is your favorite for 23 in the classified series?
When did Serpentor drop?
I think it was last year. Some people did get it this year, but I would generally say that was like a 22 release. But hey, the comments might say otherwise.
So I don't have him in hand, but I think Low Light's going to be my favorite of 23. Okay. The Eels too. The Eels were crazy. Torpedo was dope. I got a few. Was Torpedo and Eels were both 23, right?
Yes, they just recently. So the Eels just dropped, I believe, like almost a week or two ago from Amazon, and Pulse just sent out their batch. I think it was only one per person, right? So it was hard to get those Eels. I know Kevin Kleinrock's always bugging me. When are those Eels gonna get restocked? I'm like, sooner or later, man.
I got two of them off Amazon. I think either you or my boy Chris told me. Somebody was like, "Yo, he just dropped on Amazon," and I went on.
I'll take the credit, even though it wasn't me, because I'm the host right now. So I'll just say that. But I'll tell you what. Let's say you were last time you were here. We did it the old Zoom recorded. Let's say hi to some folks real quick. We got DWH. What's good, my man? David, let me know about assembly required in Iowa, man. I know, unfortunately, my guy App right here, he don't like to fly. I don't know if I'll be seeing him at a Joe Fest or an assembly required, but that would be lit.
Well, I'll tell you what. So I mean, who the hell likes to fly? But the thing that makes flying difficult now is just being away from my kids. Like I'm so in my kids' life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
part of the reason why I stopped touring. So going to go to a effing GI Joe event. I'm trying to save you.
Well, you might as well swear now. We already
did it. So going to some fucking GI Joe event
Yeah.
is a little bit tougher for me to justify.
It's low on your list at the moment, but maybe when
Yeah,
the kids
but
get
I
a
mean,
little older
it's
or
my
something.
favorite thing in the world. Like, I mean, I'm sure I don't know how you feel, but like growing up in the 80s, there were so many toy lines I liked, I mean, and I was like a kid who I liked a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because I didn't have a lot of money growing up. And but I ended up having a lot of different shit like Barnyard Commandos and the food. What are somebody help me out? What are the food guys called?
Yeah, I'm
Like
sure someone in the chat.
Food
Well, I think
Warriors or some shit.
we reminisced about. Shout out to Ken from Toy Connections because he went off the rails with some bananas 80s toys like you're mentioning. Right? I had no idea, like farm stuff, and yeah, I mean, it's
Barnyard
wild.
Commandos, food fighters. So I had mad toys. But anyway, my point is G.I. Joe was like the pinnacle. Like if I had a top 20, they occupied 1 through 10. Nothing even comes close to it. I had everything: Centurions, Transformers, even GoBots, all these different things. And G.I. Joe was just absolutely everything to me. When I started recollecting, just holding these figures was like, I get that almost like same little hit of dopamine that I got when I was a kid. Like there's nothing like it. That's why I really dig the classified because they're doing a really good job. There's things where, I'm being a snob about and things that are pissing me off. But if I'm being real, they did a really, really great job.
That's what's up. Let's just say what's up to. We had actually. I like this right here. Tyson as Tombstone. So that's something good right there.
That's interesting.
Um, let's see what's up. Chad Kinsler, what's up, everybody? Chad's checking in.
Dads Unite.
We're doing fabulous. Big ups to App because you're still in Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it is 10 past 10 over there, and he was able to stay up late. And if you hear some yawning, yeah, I'm a boring host, but it's late for him too.
Yo, it's dad mode too. I'm up in the morning with my kids early. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. We won't keep you all night, but it's gonna be a long one. Yo, what's cracking? Shark Eyes got some dope reviews overseas. What else was up? Well, and here's the man right here, Baldy Locks. We had a race. It was funny. Some people took it too literal, like, why are you mad about Baldy? So Baldy, my dude Zen, he was able to cop, and we'll talk about this. We'll save this main event for last, but this is the new. If you haven't seen it yet, I was able to review the Wolf Spider. And shout out to Return of the Nerd Toys, man. My man Gary, hooked it up, and I was able to purchase some stuff overseas for once and finally kind of be in the race. So Baldy and I are I'm looking at the numbers, and I told Baldy, I'm like, I got no life, dude. I'm just looking at the numbers, see who gets the most hits on this review. But Baldy knocked it out of the park. Go check it out. He did things that I couldn't do, and he's great. Dreadnoks, grape sodas, and chocolate donuts, baby. All right, man. Light shining bright. Food Fighters. Food Fighters is what you were thinking of? Food Fighters.
Food Fighters was it, man. Army Ants, those were dope too.
Army Ants. You got a question. It says, what's your peeves with the classified line?
My pet peeves with the classified line is like really annoying nerd shit. Like the fact that they put the Dreadnoks, like they have Ripper, Buzzer, and Torch. What was it, Buzzsaw or Buzzer? I'm exhausted right now.
Buzzer,
yeah, Buzzer. They separated them. Why did they release 2 of them? They should have released 3 of them, because those were the 3 who were initially put out that year. I think it was 86. And then it's like, I don't know if they're like gonna like release Monkey Wrench with the other dude, but Monkey Wrench didn't drop till like 87. Like it was a year later. Right. So, and I don't understand. And then, but wait, go back to that picture of Buzzer real quick. What the fuck is with those glasses, man? Like he looks so black. Like they should have put the glasses that looked. He looks like a Euro DJ. But it's really bad. But there's little peeves, and it's just nerdy shit, and then just stuff that's like counterintuitive. Like I know, Hasbro's trying to be really woke and shit, or whatever the hell they're doing. But I feel like if they want to do that and they want to have some characters of diversity, why haven't they done Alpine yet? Why haven't they done Jinx yet? Or they're just now getting around to doing Jinx. So there's certain things that just piss me off that are like, and once again, it's not like me being like super mad and angry. It's just like, come on, man. Like, I feel like.
So I want to, this is probably for the chat, because, him and I are asking the hypotheticals. Why are we taking this long to get Jinx? Now, I think
Quick
they
kick.
did say,
why didn't we get
what was that?
Why didn't we get quick kick yet?
Right. No, I feel you. And we'll talk about some of the characters they are coming out with. Some are diverse, some aren't. But yeah, G.I. Joe is the first diverse line. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's the most powerful. Different ethnicities and women were super powerful. It wasn't like, they were side characters or anything like that. So, but as far as Jinx, they did say it would be an all new mold, because Viper's coming out, Target exclusive. There'll be 100,000 of these on the pegs, just like the Python Patrol, Crimson Guards that we have. So, but they are going to use some of this tooling for sure for Jinx. It just, it was in a Kiko and whatnot. We broke that down on previous episodes, but Jinx is coming. What's funny is Viper did come from Jinx's mold back in the day. So now it's kind of funny if it goes the reverse way and classified. And then as far as Dreadnoks, chat, why do you think they went solo? I mean, I would say just the money. All right, we got
the money, and then wrong way. And then you got Torch. This is all 85 though. And Monkey Wrench wasn't until 86. So once again, why didn't they release a 3-pack? And then the other thing that pisses me off too, I love that I can just vent about this. The other thing that pisses me off, why didn't they do a double pack for Tomax and Zaymot? Why did they separate them? That made me furious.
Now that the worst part about that is when they thought of those toys, classified were really hard to get. And they still somewhat hard to get, not as hard as before, but if someone bought up all of Tomax, and you only had Zaymot, then they could, like flip it like you know what I mean? Because you desperately would need it. It's like one of those things. So maybe with the business suits, maybe with PulseCon coming up, we're getting a 3-pack. So it's Baroness and the twins together. That's the PulseCon exclusive coming up later this month. As the Crimson Strike team, but maybe we'll start to get the Crimson Twins together moving forward. I'd like to see what the chat thinks about that.
I just feel like with the Crimson Strike team and things like that, I just feel like it's an insult to intelligence, because first of all, it has no actual real hardcore relevance cartoon wise. And then it just feels like a repaint to get more money when they could be doing other shit. Or man, I would even love a package with a cool looking package that has the twins together to even display, like a cool looking, package to double them up.
I know what you're saying. Yep.
Shit like that,
But if you're gonna have a PulseCon exclusive, a repaint that not everyone needs, and then maybe if you missed out on Zaymot Tamex were not that, as far as I know, not that difficult to get, but if you missed out, you got to at least get the red ones for now, the crimson ones. So, I mean, for an exclusive, I don't mind repaints as exclusives, because if they're hard to get, you're not out of, you're not missing anything too crazy. Like, like Serpentor, that was a brutal exclusive, because if you miss that, you're screwed. I mean, that was
my favorite thing ever, man. My favorite thing ever.
That was a figure of the year for me last year. So,
the thing is too about is somebody said the packaging. Packaging might be more expensive, but we have 47 large versions of Snake Eyes, right? I don't think we need all of the Snake Eyes that we have to have all these different versions with 5 different versions of Timber with him in these big boxes. Like I feel like they could have diced it up a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's just because Snake Eyes is their Wolverine, and then there's a reason why I didn't bother with the Desert Snake Eyes. I didn't bother with the Crimson Viper, because those, I noticed a lot of people are reviewing those now from overseas, but they're repaints to me, and I can wait for Pulse to, I don't need to overpay for those.
Rachel's right though. The suit versions of Tomax and Zaymot gotta go. That's gotta come out.
For sure. We'll point out some comments soon. Great comments, by the way. So release schedule combined with budgeting for new molds. Yeah, of course. So whenever you could repaint, it's gonna increase, the budget. It's a quick sell. Let's see what else we got real quick, and I'll catch up to Rachel. Trouble Bubble and Televiper now. Yeah. So App, you said you're not gonna get this. I'm kind of baffled why you're not gonna grab the Trouble Bubble. Good. This is shipping right now. I just got a notification that I got a couple on the way.
Right. Two reasons. So the Trouble Bubble is really cool. Once again, I'm trying to spend less money in my life. And that Televiper, I'm not in love with the color that he is. It just feels off for some reason. And then I don't have a huge nostalgic attachment to it. And there's other figures I want to get, and I don't have a lot of display room. Like I'm literally going to buy that IKEA shelving. I don't know what the hell those are. The big glass. Yeah, those ones.
That used to be $60, and now they're either $120 or done. You can't even find them.
I bet. But I'm gonna try to get those and put it in my studio, because currently the only classified shit that I have on display is I have Serpentor up here on my shelf in my living room. And that's and I have like the life size Snake Eyes helmet up there. And that's the only things on display. I just didn't want to turn my living room into a man cave. You and I discussed that before.
That's why I moved into a place. Thank God for my best friend moving into a nice house, and that we could share, because I'm in a man cave right now. I couldn't live like that anymore, though. I could have all my toys in a bedroom or living room like I used to. So I feel that. But you got the Trouble Bubble in hand, the OG?
I do. Where did I just?
Oh, you don't have to go. All right, if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, I got it right here.
We'd like to see it, because we are getting it quick, but
put the back of this, and I got the Televiper somewhere right here, but
yeah, figured we would show the old one if you had it with you. Unfortunately, I don't have this shipping now from Pulse, which means it probably won't get here for another week. They're very slow. And man, you're right up the street from Providence. You'd probably get it. If you ordered one, you'd already have one of the first people to get one.
What's that?
I gotta wait. I'm saying anything that ships from Pulse. I don't know if it ships. I think it ships from like Pennsylvania or something.
Yeah, I don't think I have an advantage. I don't think I have any kind of advantage being here. This little fucking thing that goes with it. My Televiper somewhere.
Oh, cool. It is pretty. I mean, it is pretty much 1-to-1, but I understand like some of your quips as far as space. They are, it's a vehicle. So
yeah, I got the rocket somewhere too. They're just buried.
Yeah, very cool. A lot of people.
Cool. It was cool. I didn't really play with this when I was a kid. Like I didn't have this as a kid. My friends had it. Like I would have homies who had it, but it was dope in the cartoon. But it was not one of those things where it was like, oh, that Trouble Bubble, I gotta have that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't one of those things.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's catch up with Punk. Oh, another celebrity here. The Punk with toys. What's up, Lawrence? You are driving us nuts with the figures. You must mean the figures, the numbers for the YouTube counts. Yeah, I'm driving everyone nuts. That's my job. Joe Fan says, I'm looking forward to Low Light. He's been my favorite. I didn't have any money either. I didn't get as many. Yeah, man. I mean, I could relate. I was one of those East Coast, very blue collar folks, and I was able to buy one figure at a time. And by the time you get back to the toy store, they're all the other ones you wanted were gone. So, pick and choose. And then Shark Guy says the mind boggles on the Alpine front. Surely he's up soon. I know Gridiron did a dope loadout if you wanted to have Stalker look like Alpine or any kind of other custom. But yeah, Alpine, yeah, it's got to be announced. Hopefully at PulseCon there'll be some announcements coming soon. Who else do you want to see? You want to see Alpine? What are some other figures they haven't announced that you like to see?
I want to see Alpine. I want to see Budo. I think Budo is really dope. Right. Let me take a look. Obviously, Fridge. Maybe Super Trooper. Super Trooper was kind of dope. I think that's kind of a push. The Super Trooper was pretty ill. I'd like to see Keelhaul too, just because he's got a super dope outfit. I want to see a better Major Blood. I think Major Blood is trash. I'll tell you one that I never got was I didn't get Mindbender classified, and I really, really regret that.
Oh yeah, that one. And then they said they're making no more, so it will be on the black market forever now. They did like restock it a few times, but you had to be. I wish I knew you needed that. I probably
Are
would have
they? Oh
sent you
man,
a link.
I'm gonna try to figure out a way to get it. Do they have Law and Order in the works?
I believe did they announce Law and Order as a it was either a leak or they did announce it as one of the name only. It's hard to keep up with the name only. I don't have a list in front of me. But about Budo, it's possible because we got Nunchuck. So guys, Nunchuck for some reason I got the whole wave, but Nunchuck, he's been kind of elusive in some areas overseas, but some folks were lucky enough to have him. But I noticed my dudes who review over here in the States, none of them have done Nunchuck yet, as far as I'm concerned. You are out of Joe right now, right? When it came to
Nunchuck,
classic
yeah, I was gone at that
Nunchuck.
point. The Ninja Force. This is one of my last. I think here, take a look at this. This is one that I would kill for a classified, and I don't want them to take too many futuristic artistic liberties, but I want to see a really good Night Creeper, man. I think Night Creeper was one of my favorite Joes ever, and that was towards the end of my Joe career. Oh, Earl, that's please, bro. If you're in Westerly, oh fuck, I'll drive up there and hang out, Earl.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that. Wow. What's up, Earl?
Another one I'd like to see is that I think would be a home run, and I think would absolutely kill it is Night Force Shockwave. Night Force Shockwave would murder it. I think that's that's a very rare figure. That figure is hundreds of dollars just for the OG 3 3/4. But I think Night Force Shockwave would absolutely kill shit. Did they do the update? Oh, another cool one too would be the Dress Blues Gung Ho. Dress Blues Gung Ho would be dope. And then did they do the second Storm Shadow? Did they do this Storm Shadow?
V2? Oh no. Oh, show that again. V2, that's like, man, that is my goat.
Yeah, this one was this is one of the dopest, man.
Ferry the workaholic. Ferry the workaholic. Check him out on Instagram or Facebook. He did a custom and it's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable work.
So Big Boa, Road Pig, and
Big Boa.
Big Boa
Naga hide, yep.
Would be dope.
I love this. Oh man, those are cool cases. Where'd you get them?
This is from Michael's, which is like a craft store. I don't know if they have it everywhere.
Yeah, there is. They're all over. Yeah.
You know, you can go like this, and then you open it up, and you got your guys you can look at.
Crazy.
I got a lot.
I might need that just for like custom parts and guns, and then I can actually see what's in there. So that'll be nice. I got the wolf for Timber before when Snake Eyes came out without Timber. That's where I got the wolf from, was Michael's.
Yeah, that's dope. So,
appreciate that, Kinsler. Hit the like button, y'all. Really appreciate that, guys. And I'll throw that banner up there. Man, there's so many comments, man. This is unbelievable. Bazooka and Alpine should have been the same wave.
Totally agree, David. Totally agree.
Run.
That's a real statement.
What's up, Genghis? KJ says Alpine's coming in good time. I wouldn't mind more Mad Marauders. Yeah, it's silly that we only got Barbecue. Kind of silly.
These are two good Marauders when they were Slaughter's Marauders. Low Light and Spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what's with the name change, guys. Why do you think they went Mad Marauders on that? Some kind of licensing thing?
Licensing, absolutely. Also, I'd like to see the updated Rock and Roll, which I was a big fan of.
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you think of Rock and Roll that they got out now? You got that one?
It was boring. It was boring. And real quick,
boring. That's what.
Yeah,
that was my number one figure so far this year.
Congratulations! I'm happy that gave you dopamine hits, but it did nothing for me. So I love that for you. So another one that I think will be a good larger box one is Stalker version 2 with the kayak. That Stalker with the white jacket with the kayak.
Mm-hmm. That's good stuff.
That would be dope.
Right, let's catch up with these comments and get into some of these reviews. I do want to say, what'd you think of? I'll show off these. What'd you think of the Did you grab any of the Valkyries, or are you just sticking to OG? Yeah, you like that picture on the left, don't you?
That's a fantasy for sure, right there. I'm sticking with OGs. I don't know. Those are kind of cool looking though. Yeah, they're all right. It's just a little silly. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'd spend. If somebody gave it to me for free, I wouldn't like throw it away, but I wouldn't spend.
See, if you talk nice about them, then Hasbro would hook you up.
Yeah, right.
Hasbro did not hook me up, but they would hook you up.
Hasbro was starting to talk to me. I don't know if they went and listened to my music. They had emails with the whole staff introducing me, and then I don't know what happened, but they flatlined on me. So Hasbro can eat my shorts as far as I'm. But I like Lenny. I think Lenny's cool as hell, man.
Everyone loves Lenny.
Everyone
loves Lenny.
He's a nice guy. But I was in there, bro. I was ready, and yeah.
I gotta agree with this though. Like Blood, that face sculpt is sick. I think it's because it came out early and classified, and they were taking some liberties. But I thought what they did was pretty lit. But they should come out with a retro carded like vintage Blood. You know.
Yeah, I think Blood's helmet needs to be a little more authentic too. It changes up the vibe too much. Because and you know what? Here's another thing too that makes me furious about Hasbro with the woke shit. They're so scared to do certain things. Like I've heard from inside sources that they're scared to do Hooded Cobra Commander because it gives because it reminds them of Ku Klux Klan, which is insanity. It looks.
But then we got who was the figure we got with the hood anyway that like looked even more like the Ku Klux Klan than well, I mean they allowed the name Stalker. I was shocked at that.
Yeah.
So and then there was another
stalking.
Well, I think it's Zartan, but one of the characters had like a hood that I was like, well, they were showing Zartan's carded art, the retro carded art. That's what it was. The retro Zartan carded art looks like a KKK hat, and so it's like you're gonna show that, but you're not doing Hooded Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
that's silly. Earl says he's gonna hit you on Facebook about Mindbender.
Oh, fire, man! So, tell him either Facebook or Instagram. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Let me see something.
Oh, what's up? Bees Battlegrounds is in the house. He says the licensing issues.
You think that looks like KKK?
No. Not on the file card, on the retro card. I'm saying compared to Hooded Cobra Commander. So if that's the reason they're not coming out with Hooded Cobra Commander, then that's a silly reason. So,
bro, they need to come up off Hooded. Hooded Cobra Commander is one of the dopest figures in the line ever.
Right.
They need to chill out with that shit.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of these decisions are above Lenny and Tony and even Emily's pay grade. So a lot of those decisions are made at well above. So
I don't know. I
can't fault the creators on
that. I think I might know who's in the ears of the top.
Maybe, but we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. See, it's the suits that make a decision. They don't play with the figures. They have no context. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. Iron Grenadier, Desert Scorpion, Crimson Immortal, Cesspool, Don Moreno, Hedner. Oh, he's going deep. He's going deep.
Iron Grenadier would be fire, man. I got a few of those guys. I got a few figures.
It's not silly. It's pure stupidity.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, how are we feeling about the Valkyries? Well, I do like, I don't know who suggested it. If you're in this chat, let me know. But I like mixing and matching the black with the tan gear because then it really pops. As you could see, if you give the tan weapons to the female with the black gear, and then it really pops out. And then the same here if you give the black guns. I even went crazy with the clip, but I know some of you guys won't do it. But yeah, I'm a fan. Why not? I mean, I think they could have lowered the price a little bit, on these just to get 2 army builders. maybe
Yeah,
so
but
people
you
could
know what
buy
the
multiple
implication
packs.
would be if they did that, bro.
What was that?
I said, you know what the implication would be if they did that, though.
Probably. Oh man. Tony says those chicks I dig. I love them. Cool.
Yeah, they're good looking. I wouldn't spend money on them just because for the same. I'll be fair, for the same reason as the Televiper. I don't have a no, the Televiper I have more of a nostalgic.
Well, there you go. Right, what Shark Eyes are saying.
Right, that's the same thing. Shark Eyes, 100%. They're good looking. They're fly looking figures, but they're just they weren't there.
Right. All right, let's talk about some figures that I don't. Unfortunately, some of you guys got lucky. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab them. You are out of the line. Let's see, Range Vipers. Talk to me about them. What do you think?
What year was that? That might have been at the very. I
Man,
can.
you need some coffee, bro.
Yeah, nah, I don't need any coffee because then I won't be able to sleep tonight. Range Vipers.
90. They're 90.
Okay, so I was pretty much out because from at 90. Let me see. Let me look through this. Yeah, I barely had anything from 90. Like I had.
This comment's crazy. Strong female Joe Cobra characters. No thanks. Not my GI Joe. Not my. Obviously, that's a facetious shit. Bad funny. Not my GI Joe.
So from
Not my
1990,
Cobra.
I had Ambush, Bullhorn, Gridiron. Gridiron was really cool. And I didn't really have a lot in 1990. Like I
Captain
didn't.
Gridiron.
Night Creeper
Cap.
too. Night Creeper,
Yeah.
but I didn't have range. I thought Range Viper was whack. I just thought it was like too far out there of a character.
Right. So yeah, it's kind of funny how, when they first came out, they had the nerfs and this game, and it was kind of inspired by sci-fi, and some of the sci-fi shooters and stuff like that. And then now people are craving some of the sci-fi stuff that we're getting, and they're accepting like the Range Vipers, and then they're accepting characters like this, Mole Rat, where you got like I actually should ask you this. So what do you think of this whole Dark Energon universe where I don't know if you heard, but in the current comics, Skybound, Robert Kirkman, owner, the creator of Walking Dead, he is his tentpole comic publishing. Skybound bought the rights to Transformers and GI Joe, and he's doing a crossover right now, which is mixed with Dark. Are you okay with crossing over Transformers and GI Joe? I mean, we've seen it in the movie, right? Was it Rise of the Beast? And now they're doing it in the comics, and now they haven't shown a mix of Transformers in classified, but they are doing Dark Energon, so we may see something like that too.
I don't give a shit about any of that. Like, it's cool, and I'm not hating on it. And I think that the bashes that they did with like, what was it, the Hiss tank with Baroness that transforms into Megatron? Is it? I thought that was cool. And the fact that they're going to do that, good. Maybe it'll bring in some new generation. But for me, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is what I've always been waiting for. I like maybe as a kid, if they would have done a crossover when I was little in 1986, maybe I would have been like, oh my God, this is dope. Transformers and G.I. Joe. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of gives like the Harlem Globetrotters meet up with Scooby-Doo. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. I
Right.
like it's cool, and if there's people out there who dig it, that's
Right.
dope. But just me personally, I don't really care.
Well, here's the thing, right? So what I do like is with classified is they don't have any media, and they're obviously selling really well. They're, the fact that they don't have to pay like Lucasfilm and Disney and stuff like that, and they're doing this well without any media. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not even going to talk Snake Eyes movie, right? That's just in and out. But as far as this Dark Energon, they're using it as a way to tell the story between Night Force, when we'll talk about those figures later, and some of these characters that are a little more, maybe a little more horror tinged or sci-fi tinged. So it's kind of like their way to create their own story. I mean, classified does need some stories. How do you feel about, like, you're a storyteller as an MC, so how do you feel about them telling a story with their toys?
Dope. That's dope. They can do it, and once again, my opinions are solely based on my sensory experience as a human here, right? And what I went through, and like, you know, David brought up a good point. They did do the crossover in the 80s in the comics, and I remember that. But I wasn't into the comics at that point. At that point, my comics were New Mutant and X-Men and Spider-Man. I didn't get into the G.I. Joe comics, but I was a massive fan of the cartoon. So anytime that these figures drop, if a Toxo Viper drops or some of these guys, cool, that's dope for whoever had that nostalgia pointed to it. But for the characters that I don't have a nostalgic attachment to, like even like one of the figures that's an older figure, but still I just missed it for some reason, was Outback. I have no nostalgic attachment to Outback, so I didn't get him.
Wow.
Like, I think I bought him for my
Okay.
son because I was in Target. My son wanted, yeah, that's dope. Okay, cool. And he's a cool looking dude. He's really dope. But I have like no attachment to him. So all my guys are like goats that I never had when I was a kid. Like I didn't have most of this shit as a kid. I played with a lot of my friends' toys, and I had certain characters. But
Right.
all my wants and desires in these characters are the ones that I had nostalgic attachments to. So it's dope. To answer your question, it's really dope that they're going to create a storyline. But I mean, am I going to sit around and, you know, get into it? No.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And then there's one more comment from your guy Earl.
Yeah. The Chuckles was, this is funny. There's probably 5 G.I. Joes that I hated, and Chuckles was one of those.
You're not alone. I'm not. I don't hate or love him too much, but there's a lot of people who despise Chuckles for some reason.
Yeah, he was not it to me, man. Like he just looked like a bummy ass dude, and I remember like even as a kid, I remember like having this face, like, what the fuck is this supposed to be, Magnum PI or some shit?
That's exactly, yeah, that or Don Johnson and Magnum PI mixed,
A
right?
mashup, right?
Rachel says I couldn't afford both. Transformers lost, so I'm sticking. And then I'm glad they're crossing over because she didn't collect them. Well, we don't know if I mean, I don't think Classified could connect with Transformers because the scale's too big. That's why they do the Transformer GI Joe. The only time we even get those O-ring retro re-releases is with the Transformers now, because that's the only way they're gonna sell, right? So that, like we saw with was it Zorana and Zartan with Soundwave, right?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, there's one more figure that's floating around that's new that I have on the way. I didn't have it in time for the show, but you have the OG. You have the OG, right?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh shit.
All
He's
right,
gone.
cool. So let's show it. There you
He's
go.
in
How
great
you,
shape.
what's your history with the Snow Serpent?
I wasn't too huge into him when I was a kid, but now that I go back, like I didn't have him as a kid and I didn't play with him. So I didn't have too much attachment to him. But like now that I got him, he looks so fucking dope, man. He's really fresh. Like I wish I would have had him as a kid, because I think if I would have had him, I would have really dug him. But he's a really dope character. And I'm sad that I'm just kind of tapping into him later. But I didn't have any real attachment to him as a kid.
Right.
It was just you know, after the fact, after knowing how classic this guy was. But he's a great character, and I think I'm probably gonna get that guy. It's interesting that he's got like a wolf thing on. Is there a
wolf
switch?
pelt? Yeah.
Is that his main thing? Does it switch?
No, you can so it's kind of the way they looked at it was, we talked about this, is it going to be an army builder, and it came with like a, Lenny said this, it came with like so many accessories so you could have like a captain maybe with a wolf, right? Like Dancing with Wolves over here. And then the homies would just look like the OG. You know, you wouldn't have the wolf, and but the problem is they should cut, it should have been a 2-pack, because there's so many damn accessories in there, and they're expensive, right? I mean, they're a good price for what you're getting, but then you have to buy another one. And then
Right.
you just have too many accessories because you can't give them to other characters. It doesn't fit. It almost should have been a 2-pack, and then they bump it like 10 or 15 bucks, which I get people would complain about that price, but you're getting 2 in 1, and then you'd have all those accessories. But then I guess people would say, oh, well, I need 2 wolf pelts now. So I guess there's no pleasing everybody. But to me, I'm stuck with all kind of accessories with this one, unless I want to keep it just the way it is on the box. So it's a tough army build. You know, I
Yeah,
don't know if anyone else agrees with me in
that
the
makes
chat
sense
on
to me.
that.
No, that makes a lot of
But
sense.
yeah, that one I got on the way. And I believe Big Bad Toy Store just said they were shipping these out too. I could be wrong. I don't know if it was this one or um you guys might be able to help me out with that in the comics. As far as Chuckles, Punk says he was dumb, but not as bad as Cobra Lot. And you know why I like Chuckles? Because of the G.I. Joe Cobra comic book from Image, I believe. No, IDW. When they did the Cobra, IDW did the Cobra. It's one of the best stories. I went and reread it when they announced he was coming to classified line. So I guess you are not picking up that. You didn't pick up that Comic Con exclusive Chuckles. You are good on Chuckles.
Bro, once again, like you literally have to pay me to put that in my house, man. Like I just no interest. No
Yeah,
interest.
yeah,
I'd rather have an army of those
yeah.
Cobra chicks than have one hustle.
Cobra Valkyries. Come on, man.
Right.
Uh, yeah. I got you. The OG Chuckles toy was underwhelming, but his comic story, yeah, it's that comic story. Once you read the modern comic story,
I'm
it's one
not
of
up
the
for it.
best. It's one of the best stories. It modern, not meaning like of today. It was 10 or 12 years ago, whatever it was, but it was a
Oh,
fantastic
oh, it's that.
story. It was, yeah. Oh yeah, right here. BBTS says he'll be yeah. So the snow serpents will be shipping soon. So there. All right, let's get into some of the reviews. This one, you only collected OG, so you don't have the Rise of Cobra, the GI Joe Retaliation. But how
Right.
you feeling about this particular repaint though? And are you a Alley Viper fan? I'm a massive Alley Viper fan.
Yeah, the first one, I love the first one. I think the first one was towards the end, like it was 89. I think that was towards the end of my experience too. And I still had to get him because he was so dope looking. He just looked fucking ill. And that Alley Viper, I guess he looks pretty cool. It's just, I think it's too extra, like the shield and shit. And I don't know, he just looks kind of like whatever.
Well, I mean, let's see. Oh, you mean the one on the left? That one with
No, I mean
the
the one on the
extra
right, the
equipment.
one on the right, the
Well, the
one.
one on the right, that's the same shield where we got it's a repaint straight up. There's a few painted differences on there, and we'll showcase that in a second. But the shield, I mean, that's you have the Alley Viper, right? The classified one, this one.
Yeah. Yeah, but
And
they don't
then
have that white. See that like white, like crosswalk looking shit, the ambulance looking. It just looks kind of silly.
all right, so let's take a
I,
look
I,
and you
oh, I
can
have
kind
it
of
classified too. I love it. Love it.
so I'll tell you what, I'll show this and you could do almost like a voiceover of like what you think compared to the two that we got here.
I don't hate it. That's interesting. The new one, like once again, I'm more nostalgia driven, but the new one, the red one, I think it looks pretty cool, man. That one though, that OG one is so badass, and they did such a fucking good job
Right.
with.
They
Oh, you got
they did.
that gun? That I don't have that gun.
So this gun, I wanted to show this because this is Gridiron Studios. So I'm
Uh,
wondering
Flex. That's a
if
major
they'll
flex right there.
right if they'll do a red version of this vector. And then what's cool about, of course, with this. So here's one thing I wanted to show was the inside the shields. Let me get this shield right. See if I can
Yo,
get
you
this
know
right.
that gun clips to the bottom of his backpack, right? No, the other gun clips to the bottom of
Oh yeah, the like the little crazy
it
classic
goes
one. Yeah.
sideways. You can put the scope clicked into the bottom of that backpack right there, which is dope.
Okay, nice. But I do like that they can hold a gun. So I wanted to show that the two shields have different radars in them, but I don't feel like taking the shield off. So let's see if you could see it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Sorry, it's a little hard to do.
I like
But
the radar inside the red one more.
yeah, right. So that's the thing. They've made improvements, in my opinion. And then it's cool that they did this, because you get the camo and then they just did like the, stop, basically. And then if you look at the mask, you see, get this head straight here. You got a little bit of a difference in the insignia there, because let me just do this. This will be much easier.
I don't hate that. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't pay money for it, but
Yeah,
oh,
there you go.
there we
Nice,
go.
nice.
Oh,
It's hard because I had two figures, but yeah, now we can get. So
that's a
yeah,
good
you can see the difference.
thing, yeah.
And then if you look at this one, much easier with one hand instead of cool. Yeah, see a different insignia and logo, and then the shield. So they kind of made adjustments on the paint apps too. And then I love what they did with the deco, with the gray and they didn't have to go this crazy with all the gray and everything. They could have just did black and call it a day, and they did a great job, you know.
Oh, on the OG, he's just got a little colorless Cobra insignia embossed on there.
And where?
On the front of his helmet.
Oh yeah.
Like on the.
Oh yeah, like this. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to zoom in on this one, but.
Oh, you mean the retro? Because this one is black.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't have. Oh, he does have a embossed one on his forehead, but on the mask too.
Oh, you actually get the retro in front of you? Here,
yeah. It's like on the mask is. I don't think you can see.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good call.
And then that's a Cobra. It's hard to see.
Okay. So they added some awesome paint apps on this one, which is I haven't even seen a comparison of that one yet. So good call. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I just went with one for now. I'll wait for my duplicates later. But not sure why I'm not getting the crystal clear. Maybe because it's half screen. But, yeah, it's a good one. I give it for a repaint. I give it a solid 4 out of 5, man. It's a
it looks nice. I'm usually a hater on that kind of shit, but I think that looks good. That's a really good looking one.
And I was talking about Gridiron, but I want to see, this is also part of the loadout he did for Alley Vipers.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm wondering if they would do a Crimson version. No, why is it not going to go clear? Because they got a split. Oh no, here we go.
Here you go. It's just the camera's got to focus.
Here we go. So yeah, if we can get I'm wondering if we'll get a Crimson. So I don't know where Mark is. He should check in and let us know. He usually gives us exclusives. But that'll be dope. And if for those wondering, these do it's the same crimson red.
I can't deal with the bats being all these stupid bats. I don't like the variations. Nah.
But that's the beauty of it. It's one less thing for you to buy, and if people are all in,
right. Yeah.
Look, I think they look fantastic together. It's a unit.
Everybody wants to buy those joints. Hell yeah.
It's a blood unit, but all right, very cool.
Let's
move on.
Which Crimson Guard is that you had?
It's just the classified one. Actually, this is the retro carded one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's more authentic to this guy. Yeah. That's the exact right. There you go.
I just grabbed one out of the case. I didn't even notice this was the retro one. But the retro, even though it's got the cherry red, it still mixes in pretty well with the other characters. So just let you know right there.
When we were in elementary school, this one was a popular one, man. The Bats, the Crimson Guard, these were really popular characters to have. Like everybody tripped out at school if you had this, especially the Bats. When the Bats came out, people were losing their minds. The Vipers.
Absolutely. The Bats, the Crimson Guards. Yeah, they went crazy for those. All right, next up on the menu is Firefly. Now, this one you do have in hand.
I do. Where did I just put it? So, is he in one of the cases? Yep, he's right here. I don't have all his shit. I think all his stuff is in a box. Like I don't have his phone. I don't have his backpack right now. I have that's the new Firefly classified. Because the first Firefly classified they did was an abomination, bro. It would look like it looked like a bomb diffuser guy.
This is what I did with it. Because I was like,
make it full screen. Oh, that's interesting.
I made it like a a Top Gun
Pilot. Yeah,
bad guy because I was like, he's got that big bulky ass vest. Why not make it a flight suit? And then
yeah.
I just kept this crazy thing on him. But yeah, it's gonna give him some twin max. But
Let me see. Do you have a? Can you go full screen with the box of the new one? I haven't even seen that yet. Wow, that's such an improvement, man. Holy shit, that's great. Does he got the cell phone too?
it's a detonator for his landline. So for his RCXD kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, if you guys want to go to like no site, you put your phone up to the
Why
TV
that
right
doesn't
now,
work?
and it'll take you nowhere.
That doesn't work.
No, literally takes you to like it used to take you to the Hasbro site with all the GI Joe stuff on it, but there's the back of the box. Baldy Locks did a fantastic review of this. Bees Battlegrounds, go check those guys out. And most of the stuff I'm going to show you, those guys reviewed, but yeah, they did a great job. But that's the box, man. But I got the figure right here. There it is.
Oh, that's the new one. You have the new
Sweet.
one. When did they put that new one out?
Well, it's not out yet, but it should be shipping
Oh,
soon.
aren't you cool? God damn.
Hey, Return of the Nerd Toys, man. I'm only cool today. Tomorrow I'm back to being not cool.
That's fire.
Well,
He was he was a popular character too. Like
oh,
people really loved him.
absolutely.
He was really popular.
Yeah, I mean, even though they already dropped a Firefly, this was still under my anticipated because, as you can see, look at that. So what do you think they just nailed it straight up? So do you know what? Gridiron did a loadout and did the green gun, but they went black on this grease submachine gun. What do you think? What do you think they should have went green or
No, that doesn't bother me. I didn't care because I
okay.
mean, just the character as him is dope. Honestly, I think black looks slicker. I think this is silly. Like, who has a gun this color? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, actually, for those who do want that gun and maybe some of the
paint it.
OG pieces, there Gridiron did do a loadout, but that was mostly because people weren't upset with how Firefly first came out. But look, as you could see, the RC
Yeah,
fits on
everybody
the bottom of the
look how unanimous this is. Everybody's saying Firefly is better.
Oh yeah, there's no question. I don't think anybody. Yep. He's got some mines right there. You could pull them off. So these were I was a little worried about these things because the way they pegged in, it could have been a QC issue from mine. Because as you know, if you get stuff right from the factory, I don't know, that's not going to look good. But yeah, see, you can see there's a hole, and that it didn't fit in, didn't peg in too well. I was worried it was going to snap the peg. I mean, but yeah, it doesn't snap in. I saw Bobby snap his in his review, but the pegs are too big.
Mm.
But overall, you're pretty pleased with this. I mean, I think it's hard to complain. I love. What about the face sculpt? Because a lot of people were like, you know what? For some reason, I feel like mine might be painted better than some of the other ones I saw. Look how good that. I feel like this face sculpt is great. Some of the other ones they were saying were like calling it Fortnite and everything, but to me, I mean,
I
I'm
don't.
good with this.
I don't even know anything about Fortnite, so I think that guy looks dope. I don't see any issue with that. Like
No,
he looks dope. I don't see anything. I would buy that. That dude looks dope. Oh, that's ill. Yeah, that's really dope. That's dope.
I can get behind. Oh man, I'm blurry. I can get behind Apathy's Pures Views, the OG bats where it's at. It doesn't need repaints. That iconic look. Well, my thing is you come out with the repaints and you can buy them, or you don't have to buy them. But here you go.
Oh wait, can't forget his little was a little. This was great. This was a great toy, man.
Oh yeah, I did not have that as a kid. I was not that lucky.
Super dope. I had him. I had him as a toy. I got him for birthday or something.
All right, so you want to see the OG? Trying to get this damn helmet off without breaking it. Trying to get the helmet off the Firefly, so I can. It's not happening, folks. All right, here we go. Cool. All right, let's get the mask, the 2 head scopes.
That first one was trash. I cannot deal with that.
Well, you don't like that. So a lot of people like the evil looking. Am I getting that? Is it clear?
It's blurry a little bit still.
I don't know why. Let me get this out of the way. I don't know what's going on with it. I had such clear. Just standing there.
Maybe back up a tiny bit slow.
Wow. I've had no issues with this camera for a while, but
doing it here and there, like every once in a while.
Of course, tonight, the night that we're gonna review these Joes. It's
what the hell? I think it might be focused on your hat or something. You in the back.
Yeah, there goes my hat here. I'm gonna move on to something else because this is not working right now. It'll work eventually.
Now that first one is just so whack, man.
All right, so Shooter is based on a later figure that was only in a 3-pack, and this is also part of the Walmart exclusives that are coming out. So we're getting another sniper. Pretty soon we're gonna be loaded with too many snipers. That's why with we're gonna talk about Snowjob in a few, but I'm gonna limit the amount of characters that walk around with a sniper rifle. I feel like there's too many snipers going on right now because they made Spirit a sniper as well. They moved him from tracker to sniper, so now we just got. What do you think? Too many snipers, or
not even a matter of snipers, but just if they're gonna do female figures, why the hell are we not getting multiple versions of Jinx first, or even like CoverGirl or like a better Scarlet? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot of characters that could be done before like some fake ass figure who's some random.
Well, she's
and a sniper.
So she was from the comics, recent comics as well. But I think what they're trying to do, and I think Punk had a good comment earlier, how if they spread out the OG, then they'll be able to let the line will last longer. Because if they come out with just the OGs, then basically like people will be in and out real quick. They're trying to hold everyone's attention. They're trying to hold the people who want to stick around, for a while's attention, and then the OG's attention too. So
I can agree with that. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. That makes sense.
Let's see. Let's try this one more time. See if it works. Maybe you just needed a break. There we go. There we go. Not quite clear as before, but so it looks like a lot of people wanted to take
Try moving your hand. Try moving your hand. Maybe the light of your hand is.
Look at that. I think that's clear.
That's better. Yeah, there we go.
So the Cobra Island Firefly on the right is a lot of people like that face sculpt, and it looks like it has more wrinkles. But to me, the one on the left, I mean, it does look like your Storm Shadow. It's almost like the classic Marvel Legends where almost everyone had a lot of the face sculpt. But to me, it still just looks better. It looks better. I think the eyes pop.
I think the one on the left, the newer one, looks cooler because it looks like kind of the cartoon and cool. The other guy looks like a creepy van molester murderer. Like he's gonna pick you up and drug you in a van. Just oh my god, nah.
For sure. So he's got Firefly's got like a little bit of color there to the remote. I just really had it.
Yo, somebody said in the chats, Ray Paz said, I mean, there's really not too many OGs left to make. I think you got about 30 OGs.
No, there's a lot of OGs, and that's intentional. Because like I said, if you come out with all the OGs now, you can grab them all and leave. So
right.
The new Firefly looks like a younger Firefly.
Yeah, that's dope.
Sure. All right, cool. So we'll move on from Shooter.
I love seeing a Lady Joe head who's been there since the beginning. That's a great thing.
Right? I know. There should be more. We do have shout out to Leanne Hobbs. She's not here because she's overseas. And if she misses the show, it's because it's in the middle of the night. But she does some terrific artwork and whatnot. So Tunnel Rat time, baby.
No, Tunnel Rat was Tunnel Rat was such a dope character. Like, I loved Tunnel Rat when he came out. My only issue, and I think this is everybody's issue with Tunnel Rat, the OG, was these stupid cowboy boots and bell bottoms. Like, he's an ill dude. He's so dope, and I loved him. So it was one of my favorite Joes. But just, it was always stupid. I wanna bash him now. I wanna flip him and put some different legs on him. But man, these were such dumb legs on such an incredibly dope character. And even in the cartoon, he was pretty dope.
Hell yeah. So if you could see on the box, they got the color right, but at least they don't look like, you know, they gave him boots. They didn't give him like moccasins or anything like that. So let's get a comparison shot. Now it's ultra blurry, but that's good because now it'll just show the figure. Why is my camera hates me tonight?
I lost Tunnel Rat's rifle. I got to get a new one.
What is going on, guys? Maybe I'll have to do this. Boom.
A refocus. It's focused on something, and it like lost focus.
Maybe it was my hat, like you said, but it's weird.
Here we go. It's coming. There we go. Yep.
Of course, we're good on like every show that's like about news, and now it's all right. Here we go. Look at that. Perfect.
Dope.
So the problem with this one is he's got a lot going on. He is like, man.
He had to be ready for his missions, bro. He had a lot to do. I love the flashlights. I love that they stayed true to that.
The biggest issue with Tunnel Rat, though, is if you even touch anything, it like messes. You have to almost like he has to be a statue because he's got just too many secondaries. This backpack, it's like once it comes off, everything just moves on him. He's just got too many. What do you think of them keeping you as a retro fan? You like the fact that they kept this M60 kind of gun instead of going like, because he's Tunnel Rat. Like, shouldn't he be a little more mobile?
Nah, that was his thing. The big rifle. He would get in and then he sets up his sniper shit. And that's what he did, man. He was really dope. You know who I felt about that though? What classified figure is like that? Once I set him up, I can't even breathe on him. Is Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit, he with his eagle, I can't. There's nothing I can do. I can't touch him because he falls over. The eagle freedom falls off. All of that.
Yeah. See how is the harness secondary with the Joe Pro? It just feels like it's too like it's tight, but it's like it doesn't feel flush to him. As you could see that he's got the funny just Tunnel Rat logo. I mean, it's a rat with a flashlight. Pretty hilarious.
Well, you know who was like that? You know who was like that for the 3 3/4 was who I just showed earlier was Rock and Roll, the second Rock and Roll. Because do you remember him?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
That's the one I had. That's the one I had. I didn't have the OG.
His weapons, right? They were like, bro, look at this. All right, here, I'll show it right now. But that's like what you're talking about. I couldn't even play with this guy because he had these big, massive helicopter machine guns. And then like these big bullet belts. So what you're saying with Tunnel Rat, where you can't even touch him, you set him up. Like, dude, I couldn't even play with this guy because he had these things that would attach to these guns. They didn't stay attached. They would always fall off. Like you try to connect it here, connect it to the backpack. These stupid big things. He had 2 of them too. This was ignorant, man. This was ridiculous. And it's like, what in the world were they thinking? The belts, the gun belts didn't click on right. It was just a nightmare. I was never able to play with this dude once with these things staying on. Like it was just, I would put these down and just use his rifle because these were preposterous. These were stupid. Oh, speaking of which, my you know what my ultimate classified dream would be to be a mashup is the cast of Predator. If you could do if you had just the body with the big machine gun, you know, the 60 cal with whatever that is, and the helicopter gun there. whatever. But Gatling. But if you had
Oh,
that,
painless. Oh, painless.
right, painless, yeah. But man, goddamn, that rock and roll though was a nightmare. Just like what that tunnel rat looks like. You set him up, you can't touch him again. You know.
Right. So shout out to Mark II Design, who was my guest last week or the week before. He just came out with 3D printed version of those rock and roll weapons, and hopefully, I wish I had a shot here, but hopefully they work a lot better than
They
the
probably do,
OG.
bro. They
Yeah.
probably do.
So here's the thing, man. I actually surprised Tanarat is being a good boy because it took me 10 minutes to get him ready for the show, and he actually, yeah, he looked pretty good, and maybe he got used to all the stuff. And look, now the camera wants to work now that everybody left. Uh,
That's dope.
I'm joking, but yeah, they get the satchel. And you got this bullet bandolier there. But yeah, look how everything is. Like he's just got like so many, they're just falling off. You know, it would
Yeah,
take this guy would never be able to. I mean, good thing he's a tunnel rat and he's crawling because that stuff would, if he was running, it would just fly everywhere.
he's
But
got a lot of shit.
yeah, he's a great figure though. It's just kind of aesthetically pretty great. He was supposed to be based on Larry Hama as a kid, but I don't see it too much. But
That's interesting.
I don't know. I don't see this one as it, but that was the inspiration was to have our file card writer creator as his younger version as Tunnel
That's
Rat.
dope,
So
though.
all right, let's get to the next one, and it's Snowjob time. You got your OG.
So this is one of my biggest nostalgic attachments. This was the first Joe I ever owned in my life. And I got him at a Christmas grab bag in kindergarten. And I was lucky enough to grab him, and I picked him. And this is it. This was the guy where I fell in love with G.I. Joes. Like, I got him, and that's it. I had to have more. And he was the first one. He was the first Joe I ever owned in kindergarten. And this isn't the actual one. I wish I had the actual one. But man, Snowjob is the biggest nostalgic attachment. And it's funny because I saw pictures. I can't wait to get the classified one, but I saw pictures of it, and it's hilarious how much he looks like Robert Redford. Like, I wish,
Nice.
man, if I could pull up the picture, it looks like what's Robert Redford's character, Jeremiah Johnson or whatever. But man, it's that Snowjob looks fantastic.
So the one that you mean the classified head sculpt looking like
Yes, yeah, the classified head sculpt looks exactly like Robert Redford. But
this one, I'll showcase what he looks like with everything. And look what I gave him. I gave him Grunt's XMLR laser rifle because that's like, show yours. Do you have the rifle with him? The laser rifle?
Yeah, hold on one sec. Let me.
Oh, well, you gotta. Okay, if you don't have it right there, that's fine. Well, but I was wondering, he came with a laser rifle too, not just in the cartoon, but in the. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't have him as a kid. So this is for me the weapon of choice. We're all gonna buy more than one Grunt. We'll go over Grunt in a second, but we're gonna buy more than one Grunt anyway, right? So you're gonna have one with a steel core head, and then you'll have regular Grunt. You could use that second one and give it to, like I said, we got too many snipers, and if you want, you could dunk that. It doesn't look fantastic, but you could dunk that in there. And yeah, everything fits on though. All the skis.
What the hell is this laser rifle?
Snowshoes, snow poles.
I have it, man. I lost.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
It's nothing to write home.
I'd rather, instead of scrambling for that, I'd rather get your thoughts on what you see on the screen. But
let me see. Oh, he looks incredible. He looks. I can't wait to get him, man. He's so dope.
So what you do have to do is you kind of have to get the sunglasses right because you got to pop the head sculpt inside the hood before you pull the hood down.
Right.
And plop the head on. And sometimes the glasses will like cause it to be too low or too high, and they're kind of janky, but if you mess it does take some time.
Sarge is like that a little bit to me too. Sarge was a little bit of a pain in the ass. What I'll even do is I'll even do stuff like take like a sewing needle and use the dull end and reach inside and move shit around for display purposes.
All right, let's get that corset. Oh, here it is. Thank God. I'm like, don't tell me I don't have it. Perfect. Make sure I get this right. Sometimes these head sculpts, when you first get them, especially if they're like fresh off the factory and haven't been through like, they're really hard to snap on right away. So, all right. Here's your Robert Redford.
Insane, man. I wish I could find that. That's absolutely insane how much I feel like they patterned it after Robert Redford, man. Like, it's unbelievable how where's an old picture? Oh my God, Robert Redford beard. Let me put that.
And the cool thing is they went darker, even though it looks red as hell right now on the screen. It's a dark red, almost like he's a dark ginger. It's not as red as crazy as like the OG figures. So,
bro,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's pretty close. He's blonde, but I always thought he should have been Ozymandias and Watchmen, because that's who he's based on in the comic from more. But you know, obviously the movies came out way later.
Right.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Look at that. You nailed it with that picture. That's awesome.
Crazy.
How's the mag on that rifle? The one where rock and roll refuses to stay in. Okay, so you think he's talking about the one with Tunnel Rat? See if I can pull that up real quick. And actually, is that the one you're talking about, Todd? I'm way behind on the comments now, so I'm not sure. Unless you mean, yeah, I don't think you mean that. XMLR doesn't have one. So this one, I hated it, but it took me a while to get it in, and it's on an angle, so it's really weird. And then, but it does snap in eventually, and then it just doesn't. To me, it doesn't look the best. I probably don't even have it right, because if I go straight up horizontal, it doesn't want to clip in unless I go on an angle, and that could be a QC thing. Bobby B and Baldy, let me know, guys. Like, does yours look like this? Does yours look like it on an angle? Because see how the clip doesn't even, the ammunition doesn't even look like it's feeding. It looks like it's on an angle, but that's the only way I can get it. Because if I do this, it doesn't clip in. So I'm glad you asked about that, because that was one of the issues I had with these guns. By the way, these guns are all like warped. Some of these guns, look at this, it's all bent and warped. Some of these guns coming in these baggies is just a horrible thing. I hope they do address it. I don't complain it as much as other people, because I usually replace my guns with gridiron anyway, but this is a great looking gun, and they've stepped up their plate, making more military realistic guns, and it's a shame that they're throwing them in these baggies and they're coming in warped. I mean, you can always heat it up, you can bend it around, but yeah,
Yo,
they become problems.
Can you post up Shark Eyes fun fact there?
I'm so behind. Let's see where we at. Shark Eyes. Here we go.
That's interesting. I never would have figured that.
Oh no! No? That was Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall. That makes
Robert Duvall from Apocalypse Now. Someone say I'm right, or say I'm wrong.
That's got to make sense. That's got to make way more sense.
Robert Duvall, Apocalypse Now.
Right. That would make sense.
Yeah, not Robert Redford. He says the ammo drum on my one doesn't fit either. The whole gun was warped as hell. Okay, so I'm not alone. It's that child safety plastic. Damn, are the goggles transparent? Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Oh, the goggles are transparent, bro? No way. Wow, that's fire.
as you can see, just like the extra head on the bat, the Arctic bat. Unfortunately, like a jerk, I brought out the cyborg one because I just love the cyborg look. And these two
Look,
are so much fun.
Shark Eye
Remember
said
our old?
Robert Redford.
It was okay. There you go. All right, Robert Redford, but I thought the character was based on Robert Duvall's though. All right. So remember our old friend Storm Shadow, the what would they
That's,
call the Arctic?
that was like
The white.
93, right? That was like 93, I think.
It was Ninja Force. But here's the thing, you cannot tell this way, but the whites are so different now because this was such an early figure they made. I don't know why they did it. It's great and it's one of the hardest figures to get. But see, yeah, you can even tell from there. It's a very yellowy white. And I don't know if they're supposed to match anyway, but they're both in that part of that Arctic team. But look how white Snowjob's outfit is compared to Storm Shadows. But it's kind of got more of that mayonnaise. Not quite movie Storm Shadow mayonnaise, but
Oh, that Storm Shadow was despicable. I bought that for my
it was
son
terrible.
because he wanted it. And I see it. It looks like an asshole in pajamas. Like it's terrible, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a peasant ass ninja. Like,
It's an
oh
off-white.
god.
Let's see what else we got. There's a lot of stuff here. I think people are just having conversations. Very cool. All right, cool. We're caught up. The first Storm Shadow was held back because of the whiny ass fans. Yeah, for sure. All right, so Storm Shadow. I mean, what else is there to say about Snowjob but that he's a perfect 5 out of 5 figure,
Yeah.
except it should have came with one of these, but now that Grunt is an army builder and comes with one, I can let it slide totally. And speaking, let's look at his rifle real quick. Actually, so his rifle actually came in cardboard. I might have had these mixed up, guys. I opened all of these today except for Wolf Spider. So, but one of them came in cardboard, and I think it was Snowjob, and I think it was still slight. This one's not as warped, so I don't think it was Tunnel Rat. But there's a good look at the sniper rifle in case you don't want to use the laser rifle. But it's a pretty good looking one. It's fairly good, you know. I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't hate it, but I prefer him with the laser. All right, so what else we got? All right, grunt time. You don't have OG grunt, and I'll ask why
Oh
if you just
no.
didn't.
OG Grunt. OG Grunt
Was
was
one of the worst.
look at dude. Look at his hairline. And then the other thing too is that Grunt shared the same head with Grand Slam. Like, I don't know if you can see.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, that time period, man. I mean, I was a little too little when the first ones came out, but I was old enough to start getting them in 83, 84. And look at his stupid hairline. Look at that guy. That guy was one of the wackest Joes of all times, man. Those guys were so corny, especially when you could pick at the time like other guys like Stalker and Snake Eyes, and god damn, those guys were so whack, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I forgot to do actually before we get into grunt real quick is the boxes usually have Easter eggs, and this one has the dark energon, as you can see. So the purple
Okay.
stuff. Look at the camera, looking beautiful.
Here's a 5 head.
Cool.
That's right, Eric.
And then Tunnel Rat, remember that bell from the movie when he was one of the new recruits with Beachhead
Yeah,
was there with the new was there with it like Big Lob and Falcon and Jinx, right? So there's that bell.
that's funny.
And that's a big ass tunnel. I mean, that's a subway station,
Mm-hmm.
but real cool. And then Snow Job, we have some people are thinking that's an Arctic Wolverine because it's obviously, not the OG. And there's no polar battle bear, there's no snow cat or anything, but there is a polar bear, an actual polar bear there. But Yeah, it would have been cooler to have the actual like the polar battle bear or, you know, the snowcat or something, but they went with this white tank. And then now we go to Grunt, the dragonfly, but not much else, right?
That's a cool looking figure though, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
the original Grunt was super whack, but that classified figure looks dope. Like he looks really cool. You got him out the box?
Oh yeah. I didn't realize how long it took just to open figures, man. To open like 7 figures, it took like all afternoon. But here he is. Here's our pal Grunt.
That's dope. That's a good looking character.
And I gave him a gridiron machine gun, you know, an M4, M16, because he's got his M16 right there. But I found this one. I don't know, just looks nicer with the stick bag and everything. But so as an army builder, it says, you know, Graves there, E4. And it was funny that when B told his story about E4, it's not hard to be a specialist, and then they gave it to him as an infantryman. But as you can see, not a whole lot of deco on the pack, but it is nice. Not a lot of paint apps, I should say, but the deco on it is nice. The mold, I should say. But
you know what's funny about the idea of an army builder? Growing up, I didn't know one single kid who had multiple of any toy. Maybe it's where I grew up was you know, a little more economically destitute, but I didn't know anybody who had like multiple bats or crimson guards or even Cobra troopers.
No, I grew up with a kid who was spoiled to death. He had all the Kenner Star Wars figures. I don't remember him having more than one stormtrooper.
Right.
Like he had all the different ones, the tank trooper, which is what I do. I have one of each. I don't remember people army building it. Did you guys army build as a kid? It's craziness. So, all right. You have the Steel Brigade though, so we could do a comparison there.
Oh, Black Genghis said I had 2 foot soldiers. I was the man. Yeah.
That's hilarious. You are still the man, Genghis. You are still the man. So for those who haven't been watching, like my buddy's doing reviews on it, look, it's a helmet. It's the helmet is a head sculpt itself. The steel core, as they changed the name, because BV owns Steel Brigade. So
yo, Ray Paz said he had the that's a major flex right there, man. I'm trying to find where my guys are. Because that was a big deal to me too. I always wish I had a whole bunch of the troopers. So now this is like one of my favorite collectible things. I got 2 officers and 4 troopers. So the officers are in mint condition. They're super minty. But that was a big deal, man, back in the day.
Nice.
These guys all fell out shit. But the officers are like, I don't have good quality like Travis does, but man, this guy's like super minty.
Still looks nice. Looks shiny. Looks in great shape.
He's incredible. The logo is incredible. The other one, same thing. The soldiers are kind of beat, missing some crotches and everything. Oh, wait, I think this is Snowjob's laser rifle. I think he was in the wrong thing. That's where it went.
There it was.
Yep. All right, let me put it back with the rightful owner.
That would have been good 2 segments ago. And I'm just
Yep.
All right. All right, cool. So we got obviously this is such an upgrade from the original.
Yo,
no matter how you slice it.
Yeah. Wait, are we gonna get this as a classified? You think?
I wish. I hope that was my Cobra Commander as a kid because I didn't have the other ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had the 89, but you got your Steel Corps, Steel Brigade, I should say.
Yeah, but I don't want to hold it up to that. That's not him. That's
Yeah.
with a mask on.
Is that helmet the same? Well, it's just different colorway.
It is the same, but I don't want to.
Oh, there you go. No, it's cool well, the Steel Corps we don't have yet, but it's cool to show that the design of the helmet side by side. So.
Oh, you want to see something dope? Let me show him.
Please do.
Let me see. This is something that I love.
Look at that. They would welcome you big time at Joe Fest with that big action force.
I'd wear this like a cape, bro. I would wear this like a cape.
You could wear that around Joe Fest, dude. You'd be, oh man, that would be crazy. Brian King had 2 of each, 2 vipers, creepers, scorpions, and rock vipers.
That's dope.
I asked for a second bat, and my grandmother smacked my mouth.
Wait, who said that? I asked for a second.
Baldy Locks. Yo, check out Baldy's channel on YouTube, man. Rachel says army building was not an option. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine having. I just wanted 1 of each if I could. Sweet flag.
Yo, can I show you something real quick? I got to take my laptop. I got to move my laptop. This is one of my favorite things. If you guys don't know about this, that they sell this is something that's really dope. Like if you go down my hallway towards my room. Hold on 1 second. It's like the size of the box. Come on. I can't acclimate here because it's like reversed. It's the size of the box.
Oh my goodness. Did you get that from 3D Joe's?
Yes. Bro, the quality is perfection. Like it is unbelievable how good this poster quality is.
That's beautiful.
I'm an idiot. I can't
Is that just in your living room?
No, it's in my hallway.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like going down my hall. I have a long hallway.
Nice. Oh, Dell. See the Dell one. No, that's
I got
sick.
Souls Mischief signed by Souls.
Oh,
these are rare posters, man. These posters are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Tribe Called Quest Midnight Marauders promo poster. Dell promo poster. Anyway, I highly recommend. I bought like 4 posters from them from 3D Joe's.
Yeah,
bro, that fucking USS flag poster, it's the same size as that the box was. It's the exact size as the box. So it's like having the box cover. And I can't tell you, I was like afraid that it was going to seem bootleggish because I'm a real big poster snob. Like I buy like real nice prints and stuff. Man, that freaking flag poster, the quality is crack. It is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I'm glad you brought them up because all of our images of the old G are all from 3D Joe's tonight. And I wanted to show you that book I was talking to you about, the Omnibus hardcover. It's going to have all the retro cards in there.
Don't show me that. How much is that cost?
It's $100. It was $100 as part of the Kickstarter, but it's going to be
buy that. That's crazy.
Well, I don't know if can you still buy it? Let's see, because I think it was a Kickstarter, but let's see. Order the book today. Pre-order the book right here.
That's dope. I'm gonna get it. Yo, Shark Eyes. If I'm on Instagram at Apathy, if you get that flag poster and you hang it behind your flag, you got to send me a picture of that, bro. Because I'll follow you back on Instagram if you're on there. That's dope. That's a great idea. Imagine putting the flag poster behind a flag. That would be sick.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. So it's a 712 page. It comes with 24 art prints. Some of them are big, some are smaller. 8x10. Some are 8x10s, and some are massive that you could.
I got some of those. I got one right here.
It's now $150 because it was not part of the Kickstarter, but it comes with like DVDs and everything. So it's there you go. It's still there. You can still add it to cart. $150.
Yo, what you know about this? The Wu-Tang original artwork by Danny Hastings. Oh, God, what is wrong with me?
Show that again. Here we go. Oh wow. Original artwork.
That one's signed in the studio. I have the same one signed by RZA and Danny Hastings.
Crazy. While we're on the subject of hip hop, are you doing you talked to me about something with G.I. Joe inspired music or at one point, and then you sent me some tracks that aren't ready yet for your liking, but how are you feeling about that? What's the future of that? Right.
I gotta keep that.
Hey, you could right here. I mean, we got toy collectors here, so there's no, you're good.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta keep that one a little bit close. I don't know who's listening. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Did you catch my drift?
I got you. Well, there's that guy Word Burglar who came out with that album with all that. That music's ripped right off the show. So, and he got away with that with a Kickstarter and an album.
Okay,
so.
well, there's music heavily inspired by the music that plays throughout the show, not the main theme. But
no, you're not using any main themes for sure.
Right, nah, it's music. But it's a whole album, and I don't know when it's coming out. I don't even have the total title for it. But it's interesting, and it's not verses about Joes or anything like that. It's just like music and stuff like that. What the hell is it? Can you hear that?
I could, yeah, definitely.
So hold up.
Actually, it was a little louder where you just had it.
I'm a mutant crawling out the sewer. Superhuman strength, robbing banks with a bazooka. Jab with a hot bag and a slut smoking hookah. Acting stupid on the.
Yeah, so this is an album isn't even totally done yet.
Definitely hear pieces of it though. That's it.
The next album I'm going to be dropping is Connecticut Casual Chapter 2, but that has nothing to do with any G.I. Joe. It's not the one. It's not the G.I. Joe one.
For sure. You had a lot of Star Wars references on the newer album because you had the Han Solo was an olive, green olive.
Oh yeah. The only because I say the only white boy in the hood, Han Solo. Yeah, Han Solo.
That's such a dope hook. Yeah, but there's some other references in there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to if you could do a Joe one, man. That'll get the community, involved.
What do you mean? I have fucking Tomax and Zama. I got the best. Got the best. That's the best G.I. Joe rap song ever made. Can you play that? Do you have the ability to play it on the thing?
Let me see.
Does that happen? Demigodz. It's on my Demigodz album. Tomax and Zama. This is the greatest fucking G.I. Joe rap of all time, hands down.
Am I gonna get flagged on YouTube for playing a YouTube song?
I'll try Probably to greenlight you. I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. Do you hear that? Is that working?
No, I don't hear anything. Is it playing? No, it's not. I don't hear nothing. You guys hear it? Maybe it's because I'm on the thing.
Well, you guys, all right. I'm gonna ask you guys right now. Do you hear this song in 5, 4, 3, 2?
Nah. Silence.
You have to. Oh wait, I could play it on. I'd have to play it on my. You'd have to play it on your phone or my phone on a YouTube. You can't play it on that same device on the actual laptop. See, they're all saying no. They're like,
wait, can you hear?
Anyway, guys,
can you hear words and shit?
I'll put the link right here. The link is in the. I don't know if YouTube links work in the chat, but there it is. Copy and paste it or retype it because that is. Anyway, just Demigodz, Tomax and Zama. Demigodz with a Z, like Baldy Locks.
It's Demigodz. Me and Esoteric. If you guys know what Czarface is, Esoteric from Czarface is my brother who's been my crew member for decades and decades, almost 30 years now. And it's me and him going back and forth on our G.I. Joe shit.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a toy coming out for Czarface as well for Super 7.
He's got 1 million of them out already, and he's
got toys, but he's got an ultimate toy, not just
an ultimate Czarface.
He's got like an actual articulated figure. We have just a couple more Joes to show off, but I want you to grab that snow. Do you have the Snowjob again?
Yep.
Because I want to do a quick comparison here. Cool. See. Actually, I'll put the full screen on you so you can grab mine because I wanted to.
Oh wait, hold on! I got his laser rifle now. That's right.
You do.
There you go.
Here's the thing: how do you feel about like the glasses being? You love that they're transparent. Weren't they clear before? That looks like
they're just black. But I mean, that's just because it was 1984 or whatever that he
right.
Did
the backpack always fit all the accessories back then too?
The skis can snap onto that right there. Those holes are for the oh shit, whoops. Those holes are for the skis and it holds the ski poles, but that was it.
And then this also fits the snowshoes. How do you feel about him? He should have had like maybe an ice pick or something? Or do you think maybe because Alpine and even though
Alpine,
Alpine's on ice character, a lot of
save it
them
for
come with
Alpine.
picks.
Yeah. I want them to go crazy.
Ice Bird comes with a pick. Sorry, not Al.
Does he?
I mean, Alpine comes with a different one, but
Alpine comes with a pick, yeah.
yeah. But even though he feels responsible for killing Iceberg as
Straight
well.
down, it's good looking out.
Yeah. So you like the brown and the black compared to like how yours is kind of
Yeah,
all white.
I think it's dope. I think that's a good upgrade. I mean, I think it would be boring to have just a little
Right.
stupid.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not all white. I don't want it." It's like, well, maybe they'll make a retro one with all white, but it's kind of he's already white outfit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, all right. So what else we got here? Low light. How could we not do low light?
I'm missing some of his shit. I'm missing his little mini Uzi. What else did he have? He had a mini. I think he had a mini Uzi. That's it. I think I got little light. Oh God, he's so dope, bro. This is my top 5 favorite Joes of all time. Matter of fact, like if you look, what I'm using for that album EP that I was just playing, like the cover to the temporary cover for it is just low lights.
Yeah.
Just as a temporary cover. I was just using for my private list. But man, this dude is my top 5 favorite Joes of all time. Easily.
I mean, dude, he's pretty much 1-to-1 OG almost, right? Pretty close. They didn't mess around with this too much.
Yo, have you noticed classifieds have been coming in almost a month early?
Yes. So they're pushing them in. Like Snowjob is actually coming out September 11th. So if you pre-ordered him, you'll be getting him pretty soon. That's next week.
I didn't pre-order him, man. I don't know why I did not, but I think that one of my homies is gonna have one for me.
There's a case.
Oh, that's so dope. That's
all the pieces.
That's dope. I'm excited about this one, man. This one, bonkers.
And then we'll take up. No, that one will it have a molded on sunglasses?
Yeah. I mean, clearly his did not. Clearly the classified probably does not, right?
No, I almost wish it did, because man, I am nervous as hell when it comes to messing with these things. I always feel like they're gonna rip. Remember the Vipers? They just all ripped.
Oh yeah, yep.
Because you tried to squeeze it over a helmet. Here, at least it's a face. So, this one's pretty stretchy. It's not too bad.
So weird seeing his eyes.
Yeah, and he's that was the point. They wanted to make him look like he's stoned almost because he doesn't sleep. So that's the look they were looking for. If he had any kind of other personality to it, it probably wouldn't be him, because he's just out of it. So that's why he doesn't really have the best face sculpt, because it's probably supposed to be like he just doesn't give a shit. He's what?
I like it. I think it's dope. I think he's doper with the goggles. What up, Mr. McFly? Peace.
And that's the thing. It's like he's better with the goggles, so who cares how his face looks, right? If you don't like the face sculpt, and look, it fits pretty nicely on his cat too. So, and look, I don't want 6-inch exact replicas of the O-rings. And here's the thing: I thought App didn't, but he's really appreciating a lot of the artistic differences that they made. I thought you are a traditionalist, a purist, but yeah, you do.
Yeah, but there's room for upgrade with some of the dumb shit. Like for example, like Snowjob's old backpack is stupid, and
right.
It's utilitarian for the old 3 3/4 character, but the new one is fire. And like that case, that sniper case right there for low light, that's a big plus.
Yeah, I know, like we had, what was it, Vala and Mark II Design both came out with one, but for your money, I mean, you're getting $25, you're getting a figure and a case. I mean, I love Mark's stuff, Gridiron, but it's pretty good to get a nice case like this, and it's obviously they have the advantage, they can mass produce things, but they did a good job. They didn't just make like a regular ass black case that you would see with old Marvel Legend figures. Like, look how much detail they put into the the padding and the pockets and everything. There's so much detail.
That's fire.
You know, obviously it fits on his back too. So, I actually haven't even done this yet. Cool. Okay, there you go. And then you can put the backpack on there. That's what it is. Cool. There you go. He's not going to be moving too fast, but he can at least take all his stuff. He's going to be, you know, up in the middle of nowhere anyway, right? So up in some cliff or some building. He's not going to be, you know, he's a sniper, so making hits thousands of feet away. But
you know what's absolutely fascinating is in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, every line had 3 3/4. That was like the popular size. And it became universal because you could play with like the A-Team with your G.I. Joes, Star Wars relatively with your G.I. Joes. Most people didn't deviate, you know what I mean? All the way from like, once again, I was showing you earlier, one of my holy grails, Lone Ranger. You know what I mean? This was 3 3/4. And now it's everybody's 6-inch. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got the 6-inch figures. Everybody across. So that's really dope. That's dope that they're
I was
doing.
going to say the beauty of it is just basing on this comment again. They are giving you 6-inch replicas in the retro line, and the retro line is continuing now that they have forgiven the plastic thing. So we are continuing. We're gonna get more retro figures. They haven't announced when or how, and I think they're gonna be mainline because they did announce retro Scarlet and retro Duke. So the people who do want those 1-to-1, you know, I mean,
That's
you don't even need a retro version. You're getting it here. Some of the figures they say, hey, we're just gonna give you what you had. And some of them, like rock and roll, they make liberties. And so, but then if they hear from comments, hey, we want OG rock and roll, they can always do in retro. So there's always that possibility. You know, it's never, if they come out with rock and roll and he's tatted up, big beard, he looks kind of like version 2 and version 1, and people complain, they can still make version 1. It's not the end of it. You know what I mean?
You know
So
what I
that's
like?
kind of like,
I like that. I like that Snowjob has a little bit of a modern feel to it. You know, a little bit of upgrades for things like Duke. Duke is such an underwhelming character anyway that I would rather have him be exact. Like Duke was super underwhelming. Some of the roadblocks that they did were just borderline fucking stupid. Other than the retro classic one. Some of the roadblocks, like I remember, like even giving my son. I think I have it like right up on the desk. The dumb roadblock with that big futuristic, crazy cannon type weapon. I just thought that was corny. And I also thought some of the Cobra Commanders were like that too. If there's certain characters, I would prefer to have almost the identical replicas. But then some of the other ones, like you showed me, like I think Tunnel Rat is a major upgrade. I wouldn't want an identical replica of Tunnel Rat. And Snowjob was a great one.
Grunt's the biggest upgrade in my opinion. I mean, that's
1,000%. That's a really good looking character.
Just this that Spec Ops scare, all the detail they really put on this guy. I mean,
I would rather have him have that other helmet though, because that looks too much like Halo to me.
Right. But the point is with this character is he is an army builder and he's a character. So you have this character, you buy another one, you give it that helmet, and then you'll have to white out the name or go to Bad Mother Tattoos, and he'll have different names, probably eventually like stickers or something, or tattoos that you could put on with other names or whatever. Or you could just use a marker or whatever to get rid of the name because you don't want another Graves, obviously, as an army builder. But
Right.
yeah, you can start making troops with it does look like Halo because of the yellow Master Chief.
Yeah,
He's going to be a small Master Chief, but yeah, to me, this is the home run of the OG figures as far as like making gold out of nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, this thing's dope. All right, let's get a night force, and then I'll let you hit the bricks. But you were out on Big Ben. You didn't have Big Ben yet, right?
Nah. Big Ben. What was that? 90 or 91?
91. Actually, let's show the low light artwork. Those are Valkyries, I believe, background. And then you got, oh, you froze for a sec. Oh no, there you are. Nice retro card. That's cool.
Oh.
But yeah, so I think we determined that those were the Valkyries from just the shapes of the helmets, but
Oh, you
yeah,
know what I love
not
seeing?
much.
You know what I
What's
love
up?
seeing on the back of.
That's awesome. Actually, I'm going you full screen on that one. Oh yeah.
Oh, what the hell am I doing here? Classic.
Yeah, what do you actually one of the characters I didn't do any artwork for the show and we're getting a lot of comments on right now is Tripwire. Did you ever see that Tripwire upgrade
Yeah, Tripwire looks phenomenal. I
from
have.
Comic-Con? From
Yeah,
Comic-Con,
I did see that.
yeah.
I saw that, and he looks incredible. Yo, I had when I was a kid, my mom bought me the read and the read and play, whatever the hell that is. It was an orange version of Tripwire, which is mega rare
Oh
and
wow.
worth a lot of money now. And it was like it came with a book and an audio tape, and the trip. And I thought it was kind of whack when I was little, but I still liked it. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. But I was like, oh, it's not like an ill Joe in like the normal packaging I'm seeing, but it's funny how much that's worth now. You know.
Mm. Oh, I just wanted to answer this question real quick. What's the size of the neck ball? I mean, I'll show you, but I'll tell you what, the based on other reviews, unfortunately, the Shield Agents face sculpts from Marvel Legends don't work. I hate that these ball pegs are not universal. It's really a pain in the neck, especially at Hasbro. I just wish it's the worst part is when you get like a movie figure and you can't put the head sculpt on. Like you got to do the boil and pop and everything. It's like it's the same company, and it's worse when it's the same brand or same toy line. But anyway, that's you got. I don't know what that's called, but there you go. There's the ball joint. All right, let's get into Big Ben. Big Ben. Speaking of necks, he's the first figure where the whole face sculpt is the neck. See that? The neck is included. It's the first one that pops off.
I'm looking him up now. I don't know what his deal is. He must be
So there you
90.
go.
Bro.
So the crazy part is someone said the steel core helmet looks better on him, so they must have conjured up a whole neck because I mean, look at that. That looks awful. So obviously you have to get a neck somewhere and get it in there because
Yeah, he
that's
was
not gonna work.
1991.
91.
Well, 91 was the regular Big Ben, and if they made a Night Force Big Ben, that must be even later.
So Night Force Big Ben doesn't look a whole lot different. As you could see from the art, the pants are straight up khaki color, like or OD green or yeah, OD green. But unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't have all the cool knee pads, and it's hard to see the boots in that shot. But it looks like he just has a standard black boots. But yeah, there's a lot more going on here. I mean, otherwise, from the torso up, it's the same figure. It's just the legs are different. So I don't think they're gonna come out with a retro Big Ben just to change the legs. They'll come out with maybe a different, a whole different version, but I can't see them just they made the leg change and that's it. Maybe just that they were like, hey, he's already got the Night Force colors. Let's just make his legs black so he's really Night Force. But I think Big Ben's just stuck in this Night Force thing in a good way. What are you seeing?
Just I'm looking at something weird.
All right, while you do that, I'll show the figure. Get ourselves. So here's a question for the chat. Why do, and maybe Apathy too, why do some of the classified figures have names? Their names on the box and some don't. So Snowjob just says Snowjob. Doesn't have his name. But then Big Ben says David Bennett. Like, what is the deal with like Tunnel Rat just says Tunnel Rat. Some of them, I don't know. Like we have Graves for Grunt, right? Why do we have Grave? Like, I don't want what's the I almost have to ask Lenny that, right? On a show. But I'm
Yeah,
wondering what you guys think.
I don't know. I'm not seeing a Night Force Big Ben. That must be like a new thing because
That's what I'm
seeing
saying.
International Action Force Big Ben from 1993. But I don't see a Night Force. But that's weird. That is weird about why some of them put their names and why some of them have their code name.
Right. How you feeling about this guy though? You didn't have him as a kid, but you into him? You into the military look?
Yeah, he's cool. He's not bad. I think the face paint, I get what they're trying to do, but it just doesn't look. It just looks. I think it just looks a little off.
I mean, it looks better than that Flint Tiger Force.
Oh God, bro.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, that one got ripped apart. But
I hated Flint's. This son I wanted to talk to you about. Remember that? I hated Flint's sculpt of his face. I hated that head sculpt. I thought he just looks too lean. Like OG Flint, even in the cartoons, has a little bit of a doughier look in his face, and it just looks. It's like it's something that I've attached to Flint mentally, and to switch it up with that other dude, it just looks strange, man.
they made an SAS tag here that's not the traditional one, but they made one strictly for kind of him and Night Force to go against, Cobra. So it's a little different. But yeah, overall, I mean, he looks bad A. I like it. And then the best part of it is to me, I mean, I like the scope, but man, this is cool. This gas mask.
Oh, that's dope. That's better. I like that better. That's ill looking.
Well, no wonder you did. I mean, look at this. Your album. One of your best albums, at least to me. I mean, with Army of the one of your best, probably your best group album. I love In Death Reborn. How do you feel about In Death Reborn? I heard it all yesterday or today. It was amazing.
We were doing 2 albums in 1 year. We did like Heavy Lies the Crown and In Death Reborn, I think 2 of them in 1 year. And then at the same time, I was working on Demigodz and something else. So like, I don't even remember doing it, man. I was just, they would send me a beat. I would record my verse and send it back. And I don't even know if I listened to it again just because I was so inundated with everything that was going on. Paz was always quarterback in those albums. And,
Right.
we would try to make decisions as a group. We would, we would all have a say in what was what and what was used. But I don't even remember because our workload, all of us too. Paz was working on solo shit. I was working on solo shit, Demigod shit, Army of the Pharaohs, everything. So I barely remember that album, man. Like,
So it's crazy if you look at these two. It's pretty close.
cool.
I mean, obviously you got a dude in more street gear than the bullet bandolier that Ben has, but it's pretty sick. It looks like it could be an Army of the Pharaohs cover. That Shooting the Galaxy is amazing. Shout out to that dude. He does all Hasbro's art, but just kind of
That's really
looking at it in hand. You got the what is it, the LMG and the X250. So and let's see what else we got. This gun too. He's got some good guns, man, compared to a lot of the. And I'm sorry, I haven't pulled out a lot of the smaller pistols like this Mac 10-ish thing. So they never make them, 1-to-1 guns. Are kind of modified. It's got the extended mag. The suppressor is on the back. Yeah. This is the LMG. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got that. Oh, that's the AR. Yeah, that's the LMG, and you got the AR-15. So pretty cool. Kind of got the Gilboa snake there, but yeah, this was a pain in the butt. But once it locked in better. So no backpack, but yeah, it would have been nice because kind of holding both guns is a little ridiculous. It's kind of Rambo territory, but overall pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Big Ben will be my only Ben. I wouldn't care if they redid him in deep colors. Yeah, because that's the thing. He was in that second cartoon. A lot of people stopped. Listening Fun Tripwire. Yeah, you have a lot of fans there with Listening Fun.
Yeah, that Tripwire Listening Fun was that shit costs so much money now. It's stupid. And like I said, I had him. I remember my mom even bought them for me at this store. I remember this little local store where you could buy. It was almost like a tiny shrunken version of Walmart. It was called Benjamin Franklin, and they would have crafts there and just everything. And yeah, she bought that for me there. That one, that Listening Fun.
Nice. All right, so the next one is our finale. Is the one we just did a review of. So if you missed it when you're done this or tomorrow, go check it out.
Were we
It
talking
was
about Jinx too?
I thought we did. We still talking more about Jinx? We could talk about Jinx. Yeah, let's talk about Jinx after this one. So we'll knock out this. The inspiration, it seems many have come together and said, hey, version 3 Beachhead. If you look, yeah, I can't argue that. I mean, right, just looking at the card art.
That looks fucking dope though. That
Which
guy
one, Beachhead or Wolf Spider?
Wolf Spider.
Yeah. So here he is.
Oh, that's
You
sick.
guys, if you haven't seen the review, go check it out. But yeah, I gave him a gridiron vector and a shorty shoddy. I just feel like it's better than what he had. But it's, as many have mentioned, it's scrap iron, and you got Falcon's backpack, Falcon's other shotgun. I don't have it pictured here. That's why I also took it away from him. You got this is the one thing that's all new, is this face cover here. Now when you take it off, this is Kamakora's head. That's one of the things I didn't realize it. And you know why? Because do you have Kamakora classified?
No.
Because you're just sticking to OG, right? So Devil's Due Comics came out with Kamakora, and he's Snake Eyes' protege, his Padawan, if you will, right? So this, I don't use the space. I like the Kamakora face sculpt of the actual human face sculpt. I don't use this one. So that's why I forgot. It's like, oh, I was like, look, an all new sculpt. And I was completely wrong. It's just Kamakora's head. But yeah, it's Wolf Spider. Parth Vama. He's Indian. And it would have been nice just to give him a regular face sculpt. We discussed
that's
that.
Really dope. Yeah, I don't think that's really dope, because I don't think there's ever been an Indian character in G.I. Joe.
Nope. I guess there was just one in like the comics or something like that, but there hasn't been an action figure. And if there was, it was one of those deeper cut in the later. Someone maybe in the chat would know, but
I can't think of anything.
Traditionally there hasn't been. Let's give you a look at the helmet. I do prefer. Oh, see, I'm really worried. As I said in the review, I'm real worried about these helmets. Just kind of that, because there's just the strap. I'm just worried they'll break. So let's put the face in there first. But you're a fan, even though this was an OG. You're a fan of this figure, and you're gonna try to pick it up, huh? It's not even on pre-order yet. So when it does, it'll be.
He's sick. I think he's pretty dope. I think he's really dope. Yeah, I might get him.
I agree. You should have gotten a face scope. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick up Ezra Bridger, the Star Wars Rebels Ahsoka character, and see how I like it, because since he's got that descent. But overall, yeah. And the goggles they fold down. So this is the thing I wish Tunnel Rat. Let me grab that real quick.
He's got goggles too, though, right?
Yeah, let me grab that and show you what I wish. And the same thing with Firefly, but since Fireflies are so tiny, they're not really much of a factor. But let's see if we can do a. All right, so you got the two goggles here, and while I did show in the review that these are pretty wonky, maybe it is my hat, because I don't know. I've had no problems with with this camera until tonight, which is just bizarre. All right, here we go. So yeah, this thing doesn't quite fit. It doesn't lock in. You know, it just kind of does this, but at least it flips up and down. This doesn't
Yeah, that's
at
why.
all. Tunnel rats. Yeah,
Right.
but you can
It's
kind of
just
stick it on his head. What was that?
Tunnel rats is just like strapped.
Yep. Well, this one does have the motion where it does come down. I mean, you got to mess with it for a while, but you can get wolf. Actually, I'll just do it. You can get wolf spiders in pretty good, but it doesn't lock in like some of the gridiron ones or whatever, or there was a bunch that came with the Action Force. Those yeah, see, it looks pretty good. And I got it, but you got to kind of finagle with it and even it out. But yeah, Tunnel Rats is yeah, it doesn't flip up. It's just a strap. Same with Firefly. So yeah, that was the improvement they did make with Parth Vama.
That's sick.
And then all right, Jinx. You got Jinx in hand?
Oh, that's right. Okay, we did. I just didn't show off the Jinx. So
Yeah.
it's mind blowing to me that they haven't done her character up to this point. But she's incredible, man. And then the other thing too that they're wide open to do, which is one of my rarest figures, is Jinx Tiger Force.
My bad. I meant to do.
No, go ahead, show that off too. But Jinx Tiger Force would be a dope one to do. Also, I'd like them to do the OG first. This is one of my favorites, man. Jinx was sick, but the Tiger Force one, man, is one of my ill prized collectibles that I have. So I really think that I just can't believe how long they're taking to do a Jinx figure.
Do you think Jinx will have any classified upgrades, or do you think we'll get like because obviously Jinx is like one of those characters they can straight up make a retro. Do you think they should take some liberties?
No,
and give us or you want it old school?
Yeah, because I just feel like it's going to have the same feeling as Firefly. I think Jinx is such like her simplicity is what's dope. Like I said, I like some of the characters with upgrades. I really like Tunnel Rat with upgrades, but the simplicity is in her outfit, man. She's just a dope ass red ninja. And that's fire. I think it should be similar to that, or else it's just not going to look like her. It's going to be like the same thing as Firefly version 1 if they just do. Yeah, I think that what Todd said in the thing is I hope she comes with an unmasked head. I think that'll be great. Or maybe like how how like the newer the OG Storm Shadow, but like you can remove the hood, you can maybe some things that you can put on her, but also take off her to make her look more retro. Like maybe she has some, I don't know, cover thing or some jackety kind of thing, but you can take it
the
off.
Blindfold over her face, that look too, where she's like her hair's out with her blindfold over.
Right. Oh, that would be fire with the blindfold out. Oh yeah, like the movie.
Yeah,
that would be dope. Do you think we're gonna get any of the stupid ass Cobra La? Like actually Nemesis Enforcer would be because he was so badass in the show.
I love when we have Kyle Peterson on because he tells the same story every time. Big time YouTube reviewer Kyle Peterson. He goes, "Oh, every time I see Sergeant Slaughter, or when he met Sergeant Slaughter, he said, hey, who's your biggest rival?" And then before Sergeant Slaughter can answer, he goes, "It's Nemesis Enforcer." Isn't it like he instead of Iron Sheik or something? Yeah.
He has no idea who that is, right? He's
that's what he was saying. It takes him about 5 minutes to think about it. And I'm sure he just, was she smashing Falcon in the movie? Yeah, but definitely not the classified Falcon face sculpt. She was not smashing that.
That's amazing.
I think on that note, man, it's after midnight. Let's promote some of your stuff. And I know you've had an exhausting day, and I really appreciate you coming on to help me review all these figures.
Yeah,
And actually, you know what? I got the boxes here. Let's see. Do we even do? I guess we forgot to do some of the So you got to look at this art. So you got the Dark Energon, right? And you got like what is it? That corgi that's there. And
Yeah.
but yeah, they're trying to tell, obviously this is kind of mixing it in with the mole rats and stuff. They're trying to tell a story. So I do give them credit for that with the Dark Energon and
Little
whatnot.
props.
And then here's the artwork. I couldn't show it too well in the review, so let's show it here. And it's just it obviously this is going to coincide with the dragonfly. That's why I love the yellow on it, because I know people are like Night Force yellow, but I'm like, dude, imagine him with that dragonfly, the Haslab. It's gonna look freaking amazing. He's gonna look so great. Look at it. I mean,
that's sick, man. That dude looks dope. That dude looks real hard body, man. That
for a kit bag, it's Walmart, so it's not an essential character. It's Night Force, but
when's that
I like it.
dropping?
I like. No idea. Probably PulseCon. They'll have to talk about it, which is at the end of the month. They'll have to I think the pre-orders are actually going to happen sooner or later.
Bro.
What's up?
You got the plug, man.
Well, I'll show everybody the plug right here. Hit my man up. Return of the Nerd Star Wars on Instagram. Gary, he is very overwhelmed with pre-orders, but if you're kind, he's very kind. And if you don't mind paying extra shipping, if it's better, here's my advice: buy in bulk. Buy that's why I bought all of them, because the shipping will be a far less if you buy them all. If you're just buying one figure, it's not worth it, because then you're gonna pay 3 times the cost because of the international shipping. But if you buy in bulk and you say, hey, just fill a box of Joe's, and you give them the names, and
yo, before we go, I want to show off I want to show a couple of the things that I'm into, that I'm in love with.
Yes, sir. Please do.
We'll blast through them. Will you do it now?
Yeah.
So this is fire. This could never be a classified, but
I keep doing that. I bet.
Yeah,
but hey, everyone knows.
Photography of this is in like minty, man. I even got the blueprints for it. Super dope. And then this was one of my favorites too. T-Tank.
Oh,
this would be a great classified one. I have all the rockets too. They're not.
Look at you.
The Devilfish.
You gave us that whole sob story in the intro, and now you got 30 different vehicles.
Bro, this right here needs to be 110%. This has to be a classified.
Is that the ferret?
Correct. That's the ferret.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's got to be a classified, man. But
it's so funny when you don't have the characters on the vehicle. Sometimes it throws you off for a second, because that's so iconic, the artwork, right? Look at that. 18.
Wait, hold on a second. This I'll show you one of my most prized joints. These are some of my favorite ones right here. Ever. I had all these when I was a kid, but I re-got them all boxed. There was 2 waves of these, but this was the first wave. This was with Galoob. Was the next generation characters. There's Data, Picard, Geordie LaForge. I'm a huge Star Trek kid.
Yo, Joe Jerk says Apathy sick vintage collection.
Yo, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Joe Jerk. He's got a lot of big time reviews.
Worf.
Nice. I'm not a Trekkie, but I do admire your sick vintage collection. You agree? Oh yeah, now you got me, brother.
Look how minty.
What you gonna do when Apathy's vintage collection runs wild on you? LJ and Hogan, man.
Look how minty he is, bro.
Dude.
No paint wear.
That's insane. As a kid, I had paint wear all over these. Superfly. Superfly. That's crazy. You got me hooked on the wrestling.
This, like I said before, I showed this. This is a holy grail to me, man. The Lone Ranger, especially in this box. My boy Brian, who owns Crypt Comics in New Jersey. He Yeah, the ferret is so doable.
Look at this comment. Jinx needs that blindfold if she's smashing classified Falcon. I'd like to see cover that. The Rulas. Oh yeah, Super 7 with the reaction.
I got a few of these Ricks.
That's great.
And
That's fantastic.
This is one of my favorite nerd things too.
Do they have an MF Doom one yet? No, huh?
I don't think so. I don't think they caught the licensing yet. This right here, bro, the Kurgan and the Highlander. It's tough to see. It's getting a glare. These are incredible. Man, I got too much shit, man. I got too much stuff.
Don't we all? But you could listen to a lot of Apathy's shit right here, man. On Spotify, go search him. Apathy. Just one of my most played artists, if not my most played hip hop artist app. Just great. It was nice. You know, I knew you were on the show, and it was nice to just dig through.
Oh, wait, one more
discography.
Possibly one of the greatest toys action figures of all time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
One of the greatest action figures. And it's
100%.
Pretty easy to get this, even in, but like this should be like 50, 45, 50 bucks.
I can't believe it. Maybe because they made so many, because that's like,
yeah, I think that's
mint.
What it is.
That's a minty thing. You can find Apathy on Spotify, YouTube. Watch some of those videos. He's had music with DJ Premier, Vinny Paz, Jedi Mind Tricks right here. The shirt.
Action Bronson, Nas,
Action Bronson, Nas, OC. He's just he's done it all. So go check it out and then follow him on the gram. So you need more toy posts on the gram, man. We get more toy stuff on there. Let's do it. But yeah, go
100%.
Be another one of his 73K.
Yo, Shark Eyes, I followed you back, man. I'm gonna be waiting for that. That flag picture. Trav, do you
come across sealed LJN WWF figures? You know, to be honest, I love retro from afar, because if you see behind me, that's all new stuff, and there's no way to. My collection came from half of it came from the pandemic. So, I can't jump into old stuff, but if I do come across them, I mean, I'll let you know. I'm not on the search for them. I'm kind of more in the elites and everything. And yeah, Ken or Batman is a goated thing, but I'm going to let you go, man. I'll let you fly, and really appreciate this, man.
Word, thank you, man. Yo, you got to get Feral Mach on here. Feral Mach is one of my best friends, bro, and he's the craziest collector for I know this is Joe, but I mean,
no, we do Marvel Legends. I mean, so that's a good segue. This Saturday night, a Toy Kind of Mood at night. We kind of switched it up. This had more of a Toy Kind of Mood at night vibe, but we're gonna do more a Toy Kind of Mood at night. Will be more like a Toy Kind of Mood on Saturday night. And we so far we got Boog. We got Boog from Articulated Comic Book Art, and we're gonna be talking about Giant Man, probably HasLab Giant Man, more than likely.
I forgot to say this. I got a Cobra Hiss coming. I got a plug for a Cobra Hiss, so I can't wait to get that.
Yes, but the Dragonfly, you're not flying with it though, huh?
Nah. Yo, I'm still trying to sell my Striker. I don't even want this shit, man. It's in the box. I've never opened it. I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna put it on eBay or something. But and I got all the tiers and all that. But I have nowhere to put it. I have nothing to do with it. I don't really give a shit. So I bought it impulsively, and now I regret it, and now I'm going to sell it.
Yo, I'll tell you what. Go in the G.I. Joe groups on Facebook, and Dave Speck, who was in the chat earlier tonight, just put 2 in there, and he got some people buzzing about it. So if you can't get rid of it through like eBay, Macari, look at the different G.I. Joe groups on Facebook. That might be a way to get rid of it. You know what I mean? So at least get your money back.
I'm curious to see if it'll go that easy or if it's oversaturated.
I think he was selling it for like retail at this point. Yeah, I think too many. Everything's 112, and I think what's happening is with the announcement of the Dragonfly, people didn't have room for that Sky Striker is kind of the thing that they're itching out, and especially like we talked about, the only retros they're announcing are the ones that come with Transformers. They're pretty much giving up. We asked to death at them at Comic-Con about the retros, and they wouldn't answer it. So people are bailing and they're getting rid of their stuff. As you can see, the Sky Strikers behind me, but I'll keep it. It's, you know, I got the man cave. If I didn't though, if I just had my room, that might be one of the things I'd be parting with right now.
Mine is in a box like 10 feet from me, and I just have zero interest in keeping it because I have no display place.
Exactly. But all right, man, you go get some sleep, dude.
Much love,
Thanks
brother.
so much. Peace. All right, Toy Kind of Mood, episode 135. It's been Travis Moody. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you Saturday night. Toy Kind of Mood tonight with ACBA's Bug. We're gonna go over the Marvel Legends fan stream from Friday, so don't miss it. I believe it's 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern. We'll catch you then in the 12. Peace.